I had it clamped, did put a little pressure or outward pressure on it, and it bowed it out a bit. So hopefully that'll pull it back into shape. That happened to come together. But anyway, I'll come through. It's drying pretty good. And I guess I'm gonna go ahead and put that piece up here so it can all dry, and when I get back to it, I can go ahead and shave it down and do what I need to. So I'll probably be pulling this off to get that in place. But yeah, that's how it turned out. Like I said, come through and trim my edges. Okay, that's glued into place. Give it time to dry. I'm gonna have to do quite a bit of trimming on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. It seems like it's dry enough. I've already done this one and shaped it up a bit. So let's see what this one's turning out like. Gorilla Glue it was pretty thick on this back corner. So when I removed the tape, it's starting to drip. So I'm gonna let that finish drying. And I'll probably come back and just grate stuff it. That's what I'm really going for. Also is to see how my anchors and screws line up. Decide if I want to put more anchors in, less anchors, or a couple anchors, and then just screw the screws directly in. I think I'm also come back and put a washer behind it. Shelves will hold the rest of this up in place. I'm not even going to screw those in. All I needed was room enough to be able to butt the next piece up against here so I can get those screws set. And like I said, all I'm going to do is just screw the screws in without the anchors. And when I get ready to set them in place, I'll put some great stuff. The Gorilla Glue on the screws to keep them in. Okay, so for this one I did the routing. I did it a different way. Instead of making them the hard corners, I kind of rounded them off, and I'm hoping this here will allow the screen material, the t-shirt, when I screen it, I'm hoping it'll help it to lay a little bit flatter. So let's see how this works out. Still gave us a good amount of shavings. So that's all I'm gonna need to finish this portion, and that's 6 3/8, 5 3/8, 6 3/8. And I'm gonna go ahead and Gorilla Glue it to that end, since that's all it is. And that line is right on the line for the 4-foot mark for that joist. So if I glue it, it's going to be right in the middle of the two. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these together, and I'll be done with that part. Okay, so I have this one setting, glue that in, that top port together. And as for this, I have those, I'm gonna just put them on the sides, I guess. And I wanted to do these, but I realized I have to, these are finished because these are pretty much finished because I PMF'd them, they've been skinned, but I can't go forward with these until I get these skinned. And I'm gonna put a piece of that board, the thin trim on this, so that's why I'm not worried about it too much. And as a matter of fact, all around the edges. Okay, so I don't think it turned out too bad. This is the upside, and that's the downside. I put tape on that side, so yeah, along the crease, and it seemed to held it in pretty good. I didn't put it on this side because I wanted it to be able to breathe a little bit. We'll knock that down right quick and get it covered. Looks like there might be a change of plan. I hope I have enough of that. That's the last piece of scrap I could find, because I really don't want to cut another piece of this just for that portion. I think this will work, and I'm about to hit one of them X's so I don't get no strikes. Y'all don't know about that disco fever. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. I like this way better than just the angles, the 90-degree angles. Put a little curve on it, or a little rounding, and it flows out perfect. There are no air bubbles caught in the curves or in the corners because it's all rounded. So that's one thing to consider. If you decide you want to cut in tracks, one, I will go with a thicker foam, at least an inch and a half, an inch might work. You can cut it in about a quarter inch, but I will at least go thicker than a half an inch. And if you do use a half an inch, then I recommend screening it and skinning, PMFing it. I'm gonna screen this side, PMF the other side, and like I said, use use this method instead of just a straight angle. Use a rounding. Real quick, I like to point out a couple things about grooving, routing, channeling your panels to run lines in it, through it. Now this here is the one I use, and I just took the sanding block and just straight went down, dug down into it, and as you can see how the edges did not take along what I more or less call the square 90-degree angles, and it left a gap with air in between there because the material is not laying flat against it. So that's something to keep in mind. As opposed to this one here, I rounded the edges off, and as you see, they took very well, even along this here area where I didn't sand it down, it took pretty good in there. There's just a gap there on each side around that edge, but for the most part, it took very well. So that's just something you might want to consider, is if you want to just take the block and dig down into it to get your channel, or if you want to take a little time to kind of curve round the edges off, because it does make a difference. Another thing I like to point out in the ceiling, as I start to think about it, if I did it the way I intentionally was going to do it, the way I started, all of this would have been covered. My joist would have been covered. So after giving it some thought, I figured I'd cut grooves in to wherever the joist, just some spots where the joist was, just some spots where the joists are, because I want contact with foam and solid structure, foam and wood, and not just foam on this, because I feel that would keep creating a barrier unless it seeps through thoroughly. But this way, I know I'm getting direct contact. So I went throughout the whole thing and cut slots in, which didn't do bad. But now I know when I attach it, it will have something solid to attach to. I've thought of a way of how I'm going to, I've also rethought the anchors. In some spots I have anchors, but what I think I'm gonna do is just go without the anchors, because I wanted to put these up on the ceiling for cosmetic looks, the little black cap, make it look all pretty. But I've decided to go a different route with that as well. Instead of this method, what I decided to use is what they call cabinet screws. I also thought about the self-drilling screws, but because they have a wider, bigger head, these are just as flat, and these are angled at one point where the self-drilling is flat on the bottom as well. But for all I want to do is just tack the ceiling in certain spots just to hold it in place. So I think these will work out pretty good. We'll give them a try. That's what I was talking about. Those have that little tapered part on the bottom where the self-drilling is flat, straight. The screw part is straight up and it's flat. And the head on these are not quite as big as the self-drilling, but like I said, I just want these to be able to hold it up. And besides, with these, I will try to have to find the holes from under the canvas. These I'm gonna just put under the canvas and sink them in a bit and just put some mud over them to flush it out. I may have missed it, but I put the paint up in the ceiling on the joist, and I pressed the panel up against it to try to make some marks, but I forgot the paint and the marks are all the same color, so hopefully it's wet enough to where I can mark them off. But the main thing is, well, I could probably use the black for it, but I think I'm gonna try to line it up, and I'm doing this so I can get lines in this so I'll know where to put the caulk or the adhesive. So what I'm trying, this is how I'm going to attach it to the ceiling with that's liquid nail, the heavy duty, and the Gorilla Glue. And the reason I did it like this is because, as you know, the Gorilla Glue is runny, so the liquid nail is just to hold it in place while I move it around without having it run all over the place. I think that's going to work out okay. I don't know if you can quite tell, but I'm happy I did it like that because that is holding the Gorilla Glue in place. One other thing I like about these and doing it this way, I can use as many of these as I want. This box, these are inch and a quarter, and they come to about 195 in the box, to where the self drilling are about $15, and they come with 145 in the box, and they're working out as intended. I'll be able to put some mud over those to smooth them out, and we'll take it from there.